So today, we're talking about dating.
Oh, good Lord.
I know. Rather personal for you. A system so advanced, we've turned human connection into swipes, algorithms, and unread messages.
Fine.
But let's rewind.
Okay.
Because back when love wasn't the goal and survival was the top priority. Marriage was a transaction, families made the decisions, and romance was optional.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing, actually.
It wasn't, no.
Well, at least not for the rich. For the poor people.
For poor people, yeah, you can marry for love as a poor person, but still, your family would still be ashamed of you. And then somewhere between arranged marriages and dating apps, dating did emerge. What happened? And did we actually make it better?
No.
Probably not.
I
Well,
think it's worse.
today we're going to explain some of the history of dating.
Yay. I'm so excited.
So back in the day, you'd imagine today you'd be trying to date, but then your parents were like, no, we already got your husband picked out because he's got 40 acres and a mule.
Well, that does still happen.
Yeah.
In certain countries.
Well, not only that, but
Especially when you're a child.
and then when your parents, it's kind of like a transaction too, because when I marry my daughter off to that guy with 40 acres and a mule, he owes me 5 chickens for my daughter.
Dowry.
Yeah. But no. Actually, no. I owe him 5 chickens because he's taking my daughter off my hands.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hence dowry.
But women aren't property at all.
In some countries, still, yes.
We're just going to treat them like that.
Some countries, if the families will sell off their daughter just to survive because they can't eat.
Did you
And
also
they'll be like 10 years old.
Did you also know that YouTube was originally intended as a dating site?
I did not.
So the first video on YouTube is a guy going like, "Hey, I'm Brandon," or whatever the fuck his name was. I'm Jimmy.
He's a bro.
Yeah, he was a bro. He's at the zoo. Seriously, I think he was at the zoo in front of like the giraffe exhibit, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Chad, and just at the zoo today." And
He sounds delightful.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's a fucking billionaire at this point, so
Yeah.
that'll get some applicants to your date. But so YouTube was originally intended solely as a dating site,
Interesting.
and that's the thing is like as you build a business, you got to pivot. But today is not about entrepreneurship; it's about dating. And then we're going to go from ancient Greece all the way to modern day swiping.
No, good Lord.
And when we there might be a point in between ancient Greece and the swiping where you might go, that sounds ideal.
That sounds nice.
That sounds nice. Like all the trouble has been taken out of it.
It is a headache.
Yeah. So the ancient world, Greek and Rome, marriage was basically a way to consolidate power, alliances, and survival. Love was a very, very secondary notion.
Yep. And they just want you to get married, build the power, make some heirs.
Yeah.
And then they do it all over again.
And that's why everybody who married for power, which was a lot of them,
In Europe.
yeah, had mistresses.
Oh, yeah. Little side pieces.
So you married
Well,
for
the
power.
men did, not so much the ladies. This is a little less.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about being a man is that if you find out your wife has a side piece,
She did.
no, you kill him. You kill the side piece.
Oh, well.
You
Talk
kill
to Henry VIII.
Yeah, well, no, he was the king.
He was killing
But
them.
you get to kill if the man is of a lower station than you, you get to kill him and rub it in her face, and she's all sad and unhappy and shit. And then now she might poison you or plot against you, but
Then she'll die.
yeah. But here's the thing: it's shameful to have your wife with another piece, but it's also shameful to not have your own side piece. There's a lot of stuff that's And as we go into here, patriarchy kind of balanced. Now, of course, there's some like Polynesian islands where the women are in charge. Yeah. They have equally fucked up systems, but that's not the topic of today. We're talking about, but here's the thing: we're able to point out today how fucked up the man system is.
Oh, yay.
When women are in charge, you're not allowed to fucking critique it or anything.
True story.
No, like, do not question Big Mother. So, like, people wouldn't date. That you would just, hitch up with somebody, and it's to the point where, like, even there's old stories of your family marries you to some girl or some guy, and if you're the husband, you kind of don't sleep that well because you're worried that she's got a knife in her hand and she's going to stab you to death, so her family could consolidate the power even more. So imagine that setup.
It's all a game. It's chess.
So love existed. Love existed.
Sort of.
This isn't a new phenomena, but it's kind of an idealized thing. A lot of people kind of just married and then, fell in love with a slave or one of the tradesmen that showed up, or
sometimes love grows in the relationship.
Yeah, actually, I've heard that point amongst the people who have the arranged marriages with the Indians.
Yeah,
it's like
Indian
we have
culture,
our whole life to fall in love.
Man, it's culture.
Yeah,
you make it work later.
You make it work later.
You just hope they're not ugly.
They all. No.
Don't you dare say anything. You were about to say something
I was
really
about to say something really awful.
Really awful. Oh, shit.
So, do you think that would work for you if you were like of a powerful family, you get married to a random guy that's also of a powerful family? How would that work for you?
I mean, if you grew up in that, that's what you know. Okay.
Yeah. So
you may not be 100%, especially if you fall in love with someone and then you're forced to marry someone else. But I don't know. Maybe I'll do that now. I'm old.
But he goes off to war and he dies, and now you're in charge of the household. But then you got to remarry.
Depending on the culture.
Depending on the
that might just go to his brother or dad. And then you have to marry the brother or dad.
In Sparta, actually, the wealthiest people were the women because everything went to the women.
Nice.
And then everyone was like, so imagine you're the most powerful, richest woman in town. And every ripped-ass motherfucker, like, just is trying to, like, wed you.
I'd like that. Yeah. I can sign up for that one.
You'd be okay with that system?
Yeah. Give me all the money, all the power, and then let them come to me. I attract, I don't chase.
Yeah. Well, the analogy I use as being a passport bro is I'm the man at the deli counter. Mm-hmm. As in, I'm there distributing meat.
Yeah, you are.
And the ladies are pulling numbers.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and if I don't like number 45, guess what?
Yes.
46.
That doesn't really work for women. I mean, I guess it can, but the countries I'd have to go to do that, I'm not interested in.
Well, and the problem is...
Can't go to Sweden and pull that.
No, well, the men around the world suck.
They
I'm
suck
sorry.
Everywhere.
And you know who's the highest rated man in the world?
Nah.
You're not going to like it.
What?
American men.
Jesus.
Yeah, because we're so fucking whipped.
All I want is some romance and...
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you know what, Tawny?
Manhandling.
Tawny, you are worthy of manhandling.
Not abuse manhandling, just sexy manhandling.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the way I like it, too.
You like to be manhandled?
Oh, no, I'm the manhandler.
Oh, okay.
No, if I don't come out with scratches, I'm a little disappointed.
Maybe your little Filipino chick can manhandle you.
No, I get a little bit of a scratch, but
you're like, no, let's trim the nails first.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'll take some deep wounds.
Oh wow.
Okay, I feel that I like, how some whales dive down like a mile and a half into the water to capture like giant squids, and they come out with like all these fucking scars.
Okay.
That's how my lovemaking should be.
Oh wow. Okay. You need a snorkel, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
or scuba gear.
As in when I come out from the deep, I am covered in wounds. and
Deep.
and everyone's like, wow, look at him, he's all damaged, battle damaged. Yeah.
You're like, sex damage.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Thinking of you, honey.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna move on to the medieval era.
Oh. I love
Still-
the hygiene of that time.
Oh my
so
God, yeah.
sexy.
Oh yeah. Where like the advanced technology of the day was, let's build a hole in the side of the castle so that the poop would actually leave the building.
That's at least it's leaving the building.
Yeah. No, that was high-end technology.
Yeah.
Like, because here's the problem: is that Rome actually had all that shit taken care of,
Yeah.
and then,
Something
got
was lost.
yeah, we lost Rome, and then there was like a point where we went from, and also the logistics of battles. We went from like having 70,000 people on each side of a battle to like 80, deciding the future of countries.
Like weird.
Yeah, like the Norman invasion was like 90 people.
Got to work with what you got.
Yes. So obviously the rich still strategic marriages where you can't marry a poor person because, what land are you going to consolidate
They bring
that way?
nothing to the table.
They bring nothing to the table. He might have the biggest dick in town, but no, he doesn't have 40 acres and a mule.
And he
Can't
probably
marry him.
doesn't know- Probably doesn't know how to work it. so-
Papa, please, he's so good at fucking. No.
No. You'll grow out of that.
You'll grow out of that. Go with the tiny dick master that owns 40 acres.
You'll have a very nice house.
So,
Staff.
so the poor actually in those times had more freedom when it came to that. So you didn't get to eat, but you could marry and starve to death with whoever you loved.
Oh,
I know.
romance.
Aw, it's so cute.
I want to starve to death with my love.
And so love was something that you could just actually enjoy. And if you were rich, though, you had a duty to your family, to your house,
Yeah, duty's a bitch.
to duty to your land, so you had to marry the big-nosed acne at 25 years old. Inbred, missing teeth.
Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, like someone who falls for every weird. You covered some fucked up fashions a couple episodes ago.
Yes.
And imagine, like, you're forced to marry a rich girl who's, like, into...
Hairlines, like back here.
Yeah, or, like, weird... Or the fucking pigeon poop or dove poop or whatever the fucking episode. Yeah, some awful
Hairy
shit.
armpits.
Yeah, hairy armpits. If you're in love with a poor girl, you might actually have it better, except for the fact you couldn't wash more than once a month.
Yeah.
And when you washed, it was like the town bath. Like one bucket of water was used
Just
for
go swim
everybody.
in the lake.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Let's
Get that crust off.
Yes, get the crust. It's not even a layer.
It's probably so gross. I don't know how people had babies.
So at some point, there was this emerging thing, and it's still here today.
Emerging thing.
Yeah, this emerging thing of the formal matchmaker.
Oh yeah, they have that in Jewish culture. They
Yeah.
have a matchmaker.
Yeah.
For the Jews.
Yeah, and the matchmaker. This is where women start talking about the signs.
Actually, I had a
Are
girlfriend
you-
use a matchmaker.
Are you an
Yeah,
Aries?
I'm gonna find a matchmaker.
Okay.
How much
go-
do they cost?
Oh, well,
Probably a lot.
it should be a feel good position because you're like making people happy.
I did go on Millionaire Matchmaker. Didn't work.
What?
Yeah. That Patty lady. Whew, she is rough. But yeah. I did not get picked at all. But I did get to go to the mixer.
Nice. Okay,
But they only let you have 2 drinks, so
that's where you just bring some in your purse,
yeah.
in your little snappy thing.
But they lock you in a room. It's a whole thing.
Millionaire matchmaker. They limit your alcohol intake, but they lock you in a room. That doesn't sound like it's.
Well, because they got to keep you in one spot before they bring you out to the mixer, so you can't be all wandering around, creating havoc.
Oh.
They gotta hold on to you till they need you.
See, I like the idea of when I think of millionaires and matchmaking, I think of
That's a TV show, though. It's not like.
Oh, okay. So it's not like.
No, you never heard of
Cuban-
Millionaire Matchmaker? It's a reality show.
Yeah, I'm not. Into
I mean,
that.
she had a business, but then they made a show of it. So you're gonna hear all of that in your microphones.
You're right.
You're like, damn it.
Can't eat nuts. I could eat a grape real quick, but
No, that's crunchy too.
Yeah, yeah, but it's one crunch. So the only reality show I could really think of is The Truman Show.
It's not a dating show.
I know. Or Rock of Love.
I was on that one.
You were on that one,
I was
yeah.
on that one. I lost.
Oh, what was the one with the guy with the big clock he always wears around?
Yeah, Flavor
Of Love.
I did like 10 reality dating shows.
Well, you're a pretty lady. I could see you working out on those.
And it never
got
worked
picked?
out for me.
Did you get any roses?
Well, no, the shows didn't have roses. I did like blind date, extreme dating, star dates where I went out with Screech.
No.
Yeah.
What? You went out with Screech?
I did.
Desmond Diamond?
Dustin Diamond.
Dustin Diamond?
Yes.
See, I'm not a Star worshiper.
I'm not either, but
I
I
know.
did watch
So
Saved
you-
by the Bell. Was it Saved by the Bell?
Well, of course, I grew up with Power Rangers and Saved by the Bell in the same, 2-hour block.
Yeah.
That was my life
Yeah.
as a kid.
Yeah, I did all those, what was it, Eliminate.
Wait, you weren't in the...
Fifth Wheel.
You weren't in Dustin Diamond's movie that
No,
he made.
that was his wife or something. That was like years
Okay.
after.
Actually, I need to find that spot in the edit and remove that word because,
Yes,
yeah,
that's about
YouTube has I should have said corn.
corn. We love corn. But yes, I did a bunch of date. I think I did like blind date like 3 times, Fifth Wheel like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they paid you $100 and they got you drunk, so it was more like I get a free chaperone night out and I get wasted.
Yeah, and you don't get an IMDb credit on those because there's some girls I've seen in those, and I'm like, wow, she's really cute. I wonder what else she
I
was in.
think I might have some for some of those, but no. I mean, so many of those shows did that gross jacuzzi place. So gross.
Jacuzzi place?
Yeah, there's these stores where, not stores, I don't know what to call them, but they have different themed jacuzzi rooms. And
The heart-shaped one.
yeah, but these places are rented by the hour, if you know what I mean.
Oh, fuck.
But it somehow got integrated into dating shows. Maybe because, you want to see hot people in bikinis making out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up on that one. I was in there a few times, but one show, I forget which one it was, but it's like when I get eliminated, because it's just down to us 2 girls, I leave in my shame and I get on the bus, which I'm still friends with the guy who owns that party bus. We're friends on Instagram. But I get on the party bus and, whatever, he gets on too and everyone's like, oh, you hooked up with that guy. I'm like, no, I didn't. I got kicked out. I just got back on the bus. Everyone calm down. But yeah, a lot of dating shows.
So it looks like the walk of shame leaving, even though you didn't get the rose or whatever the hell.
Oh, shameful. Anyways, back to the medieval times.
Oh, yeah. Well, in a way, I mean, you covered the future dating culture
Yes.
of which we're still not there.
No.
People didn't date back then. You had a village of 40 people to pick from.
Yay.
And
That
then-
sounds easier, though.
It is. And then just imagine being that one guy left out and you got to go to the next village and then they murder you.
Who is this stranger?
Well, actually, there's a lot of the fear in men's brains when it comes to talking to women is from oh, shoot, my genetic pool here is too small. I need to go to the rival village and talk to their girls.
Well, you need fresh DNA anyways.
You need the fresh DNA.
Yeah.
And so you talk to the rival girls and you might get clubbed to death if it doesn't get taken right.
That's why we
So
love all those farmer markets. They probably did a lot back then. To help each other. Different villages come together.
Yeah.
By selling
Trade
stuff.
helps.
Yeah. Merchants going town to town.
So a lot of the matchmaker bullshit. Now, this is being said as a logical, somewhat intelligent man, that the bullshit of the astrology and the crystal bullshit
I love
and
it.
all that. Yeah. Now this I keep my man card from saying shit like that.
How you get the ladies.
Oh yeah.
Talk
Well,
about astrology.
oh my god. No. You don't get.
Sorry, for the white girls.
For the white girls, not only that, but you're going to be treated poorly because you're a simp. If you...
You're just playing the game.
No, you know how you play the game?
No, I'm
is
not a guy.
You fucking be manly.
Yeah, that
you
actually
know?
is more attractive.
Yeah. Like, be hairy and sweaty and dirty.
I'm more like, make plans, make efforts.
There's that too. Well, yeah, there's the courting process.
It's kind of like, being a server when you anticipate the needs of your guests. That works for dating too. Anticipate the needs of your date or girlfriend or wife. Like, you know what they like. Just do it without being told. Very sexy.
There's a courting process.
Yes.
And it's fun, to see the light in someone's eyes when you like hand them their iPhone 14 Pro Max that they want so much, but just fucking out of my price range, so they're not getting that. They're getting a 12.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'll find a deal.
Yeah, you do find the deal.
Yeah, I'm good at that. So there was that's the early algorithm of like, oh, you're a Taurus, so you need to hang out with the Sagittarius, and then you find, some cockamamie bullshit way to do that.
Well, it seems like what the matchmakers would use.
Yeah, it's a system.
It's witchcraft.
It's witchcraft. It's basically witchcraft.
Yeah.
Well, eventually, people got smart. And are
we sure they got smart?
No, we are. We're the same people that we were 3,000 years ago. So eventually, there was something called in the papers, the Lonely Hearts ads.
Aww.
Yes, where you would write an ad in the paper, and actually, many of us are alive today that had these still in the paper. Mm-hmm. Now, then there was
Weren't they called something else though? Like, I don't know, just the personals or something?
The personals, yes.
Oh.
Well, it started off as the Lonely Hearts ads.
I remember it in the OC Weekly. Or
yes.
What was it? Chance Encounters or something?
Yes, exactly.
Like,
where, oh, you were that brunette that I saw with the specific framed glasses and the belly button ring and the, or whatever the hell. I thought you were amazing, but I didn't talk to you, but I was willing to pay $25 for this one chance. So, and I get there's some romance in that. Like, I didn't know how much of an impact you would make on me just from walking past me. It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy, but at the same time, like sometimes you meet somebody, and like a week later, you're still thinking of them from time to time, and it's like, where the fuck did that come from? So that's where the missed connections from Craigslist and what was it? What did you say? It was
Chance Encounters.
Chance Encounters or something like that.
I don't know if that's what it was called. But.
In Craigslist, it was missed connections.
Yeah, and I remember OC Weekly and the LA Weekly. I used to love reading those. Oh, just the whole thing.
Well, yeah, it's romantic.
But there was not just that. I mean, the whole entire magazine.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's called newspaper because it was made out of paper. It wasn't really a magazine. But there's all kinds of fun stuff in there, like upcoming events and that stuff. And
so in the Lonely Hearts ads, this is where some of the early coded language came to be of respectable, as in you're like, you have a good career.
I was thinking more of the, what am I thinking of? The taboo type stuff.
Ah, okay.
Like the LGBT type stuff.
Ah. Oh, well, financially secure.
And kinky stuff.
Okay, well, you can't write in a paper. And
that's why it's coded.
Yes, exactly. You can't just
coded
say,
word.
I like it up the butt.
Like you've seen them now, I will give you, or let's meet, it's 100 roses. Because that's for escorts.
What's a oh, yeah.
So instead of saying, I'm $100, it's 100 roses.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like when you buy marijuana. No, you don't buy marijuana. You donate $50 for an eighth of an ounce of marijuana because it's a donation to that. But they're not going to hand it to you without the donation. So therefore, it's a
transaction.
It's a payment. You're paying for that, and they just had to change the language a little bit so that you can, whatever. So the newspaper ads. I mean, and there's all sorts of different stuff. You would meet somebody in the same city as you, or the ones that really stretch the that really tickle the imagination the most are the old cowboys.
Those cowboys. Like
Well,
they're old, or they're just
the old-timey,
old time.
old-timey,
I'm like, they're old people.
old-timey days that, you'd set up a ranch. You'd have finally, you finally have enough money coming in from your cattle or this or that, and you have no wife, so there's no future in this.
That's why there's farmers only.
Exactly. This is the original farmersonly.com. Was you would write an ad and you'd send it to, New York, and then you would correspond with this woman a couple times. You might even go to New York City yourself to like visit her and see her for one time.
Jesus.
And then either you'd take her back with you or she'd figure it all out and then leave on her own to cross the country and show up at your ranch. Like
simpler times.
Simpler times with a lot more faith and hope.
Now today it's like, I might get murdered by my Uber driver.
Well, not only that, but, we'll get into this later.
Okay, there's more. I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah, but so there used to be just like, there are no women here. Therefore, any women want to make a new life, get away from your family that's awful, and become a rancher's wife.
And have 20 kids.
Oh, fuck yeah. And half of them will die.
You need the labor.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that, and it's like, it's the Wild West. You are man against nature. And it's
against Indians.
And against Indians, too. And so there's a great story to it. So, like, thinking of it, it's like, I wish I could do that, build something and then have a woman show up and then make babies with her.
I picture you doing that.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I've
like
already.
Montana.
Oh, yeah.
Living the life out there.
I'm already planning it.
In Montana?
So, well, there's a couple states. There's plenty of places with space.
Montana's nice, though.
It is. It gets too cold.
It does get cold.
I don't want to be stuck inside for 6 months. Maybe. I don't know. My lady wants to live somewhere where it gets cold, so I don't know.
There you go.
I'll have to dissuade her. So
you just have to take her to a cold, and then she'll be like, "This is too cold."
Fuck. Well, she had no body hair.
Yeah, she'll learn real quick. Like, no thank
body
you.
hair. Like, you need body hair to handle the cold. But I know that she would look really cute in a big puffy coat.
Yes, she would.
So we're moving on. We're going to go to the Industrial Revolution. Where people leave home and have independence. So you're no longer like in your little circle of family. You literally like pick up and you disappear to the city or to another city or wherever. So that just changes dating from your own house. You literally, you got your own village and you're looking at Barbara across the fucking street and basically you have to marry Barbara. Now you're moving into the city and public places become the norm to meet people. So we went from like, this is fate to grasping.
This is duty.
This is duty. And like, how the fuck do I find somebody? And it got a lot more complicated. And we're still not at the area where, there's a business around it because now there's a whole business around.
So big. It's crazy.
So we already covered newspaper ads, and I mentioned the Wild West, where the mail order bride. That's where the term came from because you would literally you could order a woman like via the mail. Yeah, like a woman would put her fucking name in a basket and go, all right, whoever buys me.
Yeah,
and then
you could also ship babies through the mail, which is wild. Like, okay, they're just taking this baby from person to person.
That had to happen. That happened a handful of times before they outlawed it.
That?
Yeah, probably cheaper than one letter today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. Also, during the Industrial Revolution, it was also the birth of privacy in relationships. So people were finally, like, instead of the entire fucking village knowing everything about you.
Small towns.
Well, that, and back in the day, in royal times, they would watch on your wedding night. The whole group would watch.
Yeah,
watch you consummate. Like,
gotta make sure it happens.
Yeah. But people are gossipy.
Oh, they
So
still
just
are.
imagine, you drank a lot at your own wedding and you can't get your dick hard, and that's all everyone can talk about. Or
Well, I'm sure they have an advisor saying, "Don't do that."
yeah, don't drink, don't like. All right, I need my royal fluffer.
So
But just
weird.
imagine the problems in the bedroom if your fluffer's hotter than your wife.
But I think that was only for like potential kings and whatnot.
Yes.
It wasn't for like your average.
No, it
noble
wasn't
person.
everybody in the village watching you
It wasn't
fuck.
all the nobility, just the head people, because you got to make sure. So that's all legit.
So there was also, as mentioned earlier in the Wild West, there was a complete gender misbalance. So
Yeah.
like 10 guys for every woman.
Alaska.
Yeah. Oh, heck, Seattle.
Oh, really?
Seattle itself, when it was a lumber town, for every 100 men, there was like 8 women.
Oof.
Yeah, and also
I could pick whoever I wanted.
fun
Sounds
fact.
amazing.
Well, okay. Here's the problem, Tawny. It's not that you could pick everyone you wanted. At one point, they did a census, and they also calculated people's professions, and every woman was a seamstress.
Of course.
Well, because how many sewing machines were in the city?
Probably 2.
0 or 2. So everyone was a prostitute. So
yeah.
Seattle is descendant from prostitutes.
That makes sense.
And this is I learned this from someone who gives a tour in Seattle. So he basically said that Seattle is a town full of like prostitute children. So
Ew.
yeah.
Probably don't use children with that.
Well, not prostitute children, but the children of prostitutes. So it's better than being a penal colony like the people of Australia. Looking at you.
They're so good looking over there, though. So
Yeah.
all the bad people got shipped there.
All the bad
good looking people.
all
went
the
to
bad
Australia.
good looking people got sent to Australia.
Yeah. What is that? They are all so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Sunshine.
I guess. I'm sure there's some ugly ones down there, but I've not seen any ugly ones.
So it went from. So there's a different terminology that was introduced later on into the. What year are we in?
I have no idea.
We're in the early 1900s. About 100 years ago, it went from calling, so a gentleman caller.
Oh.
Yes, to dating. And a gentleman caller is a far more formal thing,
Not a gigolo.
not a gigolo.
Not yet.
Like a man built up all of his courage to call upon a lady,
Ah, lovely.
and the whole family knew about this gentleman caller. And then dating, where all of a sudden now women have got 5 side dudes, and every guy's got 3 chicks, side chicks, and everyone's just fucking everybody else, and then settling on. Oh man, actually, I sound awful. I feel terrible at that. I would much rather be a caller. And then men paying becomes the standard.
I'm into that. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Men paying became the absolute standard, the gold standard of dating, was that the man paid now. And dating actually seemed controversial at first. So just imagine, if you were calling upon a lady, you were you would go to, probably there was 5 social occasions that you can do,
Yeah.
whatnot. And then dating was just literally hey, let's go to the park and make out, babe.
I don't think they talk like that back then.
Oh yeah, okay. Let us foray under the gazebo and make out,
They were
babe.
more classy than that. Or
People
they
have
lie about that.
remember. People have not changed in 3,000 years of writing anything down.
They just romanticize everything being
Yes.
all classy.
Everyone was morally pure before 1920.
Pure.
Then the Great Depression happens, and everyone's broke, and flaunting wealth is not a good idea. So,
Probably get killed for that.
yes, so financial struggle delayed marriage, and then cheap dates, the hiking,
Oh,
walking and talking became in vogue.
I'm
So-
all about that.
Now, I remember hearing a really interesting story years ago about a man who was trying to go on a date with a girl during the Depression, and they were eating mustard greens for dinner. And they're like, hey, you want some mustard greens? And he's like, nah, I'm okay. They aren't really my favorite. Well, you can have some of our salt lick.
What?
Okay. Less than 100 years ago.
Yum, a salt lick.
Yeah. Like, in order to sustain yourself, you could just lick on some salt.
Yeah.
Or eat mustard greens, which are not tasty.
No.
Actually, they're really healthy, but not very good.
Is that where mustard comes from?
Yes, I think maybe.
Mustard seeds?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have to look into that.
Yeah,
I
but
love mustard.
But the story is basically it's just people were eating leaves for sustenance, and if you didn't want the leaves, you had the choice of salt.
Yum.
Yeah, and this isn't even 100 years ago. This is 3 generations ago. We went from barely eating leaves to this.
How's your salt lick, my lady?
Yeah. Now, it's not on camera, but we have cheese and we have all sorts of stuff. But we still have it hard. We have it really hard nowadays. So love adapted to the economic reality of the Depression. And, you know, there was a couple world wars and the baby boomer generation where the moment you got back home, everyone was just horny and
booming.
I mean, you get all these soldiers coming back from fucking blowing people up and getting blown up themselves, and it's time to make babies. And the government's helping out make the babies and pay for their schools later on.
That sounds lovely.
Oh, no, the boomers had it so fucking easy when it came to, like, the government motivated the greatest generation to produce as many children as possible, and those children, in turn, kept everything for themselves. Thank you, boomers. And then there's the pre-app internet era. Now, we already covered, so a lot of the things that we've already covered, like the newspaper ads, they were constant. They're still here.
Yeah, they're still here.
They're still here. They're
Which
probably
is
still
interesting.
existing.
You can go to Craigslist.com or org or whatever it is.
That one's gone.
Is it?
They removed. They still have the missed connections. I think I haven't been to Craigslist in a while.
I know. I need to go check it out.
Oh my God, the best of Craigslist is a great read. In fact, we should have an episode of just that.
Of Craigslist?
Of just
reading Craigslist?
Best of Craigslist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So all the old school methods of dating still existed before the internet. And there's 2 stages of internet dating. The pre-app. So now we are in app times. The pre-app. So Match.com, eHarmony, chat rooms,
Farmerzone.
AOL, MySpace.
Yeah.
But there's still a stigma around online dating. And first, so a lot of people would meet and then they would lie. Oh, we did. Now, if you met on eHarmony, they've advertised so well and effectively. I could see people going, "Oh yeah, we met on eHarmony," because it's like a wholesome.
Yeah, I think it's
commercial.
like a Christian.
Yeah, or it's got a wholesome
site.
energy to it.
Yeah.
Where like we actually paid money, and we weren't just looking for like someone to fuck, you know, but like someone to make a family with and love and.
Have a future.
Well, if you met on an AOL. Instant messenger chat room.
I was in the chat room.
Oh, I was too. Yeah.
I dated many scumbags.
Of course.
But I was like 18, 19.
Yeah. Oh man, you probably were.
Went to a lot of kickbacks.
Oh my God! Yes, that's the term. Oh my God!
Oh my God, it was so fun though, because it'd be like 20, 30 of us and just getting drunk. I don't even know where the alcohol came from.
No. You only
so much
needed
fun.
2-3 people to provide it.
Yeah, that's true. There's always someone at least 22.
Yeah.
There's
always
the
one
rest of us
creepy
are,
dude
like,
hanging out with the
19,
16-year-old girls.
Well, I don't think
Getting them
too
drunk.
many were 16. Most of us were like 18 plus, but
Yeah.
there could have been one.
There's always one old enough guy to go to the liquor store.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one guy that always has all the weed. And
Yeah.
then the other guys with the extra stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even, the people I hung out with, we just got drunk and I think there was weed. I mean, the other stuff could have been there, but I didn't do it, so I didn't even notice.
And then, you know, so people met using the internet before swiping. Swiping is a new phenomena. And actually, it's kind of like designed to be as addictive as possible.
It's fun to swipe.
Oh my, yes. So here we are in a modern dating. where people would, kind of meet, and they were reserved. And the swiping culture came about with the algorithms and ghosting and choice overload. Oh my God. Yeah. And a girl could like go on a date. I've seen this where a girl goes on a date, doesn't like the guy, and is able to swipe and have another guy pick her up within an hour.
That's gross.
Yeah. Well, for the guys, it's kind of awesome. I mean,
What if you like her? Then that's messed up. She gets a free dinner and she bounces.
Yeah, well, it's always been about free dinner. Ever since the 1920s, ever since the early 1900s, it's been about free dinner for girls.
That's why I do coffee dates in the beginning. Okay. Because it's cheap.
Tawny,
short.
I'm curious. Have you ever gone on a date with a guy because maybe you'd like him more if were full?
What?
Like, I would like him more if my stomach was full?
I'm not like that, so... Oh. I know supposedly so many girls do that nowadays. They do it for free dinners. Like, I'm not like that.
There's a girl.
That's why I do coffee dates.
There's a girl. 3 days a week. She meets up with the swipers at the bar. There's a restaurant inside of a Whole Foods.
Oh.
Or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And she shows up an hour before the date. Has an appetizer, 2 cocktails. The date shows up. She has a couple more cocktails, entrees, food to go for her kids.
Oh, God. There's so many stories like that. It's
gross. And then the guy just, because he's a cool dude, he wants to, like, show that he's a good man, confident. Mm-hmm. He just whips his credit card out and puts it down.
Nope. I'd be like 50-50.
Yeah. Well, especially what you're feeding the kids at home.
I'd be looking at the bill. I'd be like, wait a sec. No. You want to buy your kids food. You buy your kids food.
But that's tacky.
No, who cares?
To look at the bill? Mm-mm. No. But I know. But you're a lady. You don't have to.
Yeah. But, I mean, how do you not look after she's getting all these to-go meals? Like, that's...
But here's the deal. Ridiculous. It's like...
that guy's dumb if he pays for it.
He's hoping to get some nookie.
It's not worth it.
You have no idea the power.
No, I don't know what it's like to be a guy.
You do not know the power of, like...
I think a lot of guys are waking up to that because a lot of guys are not happy with that treatment.
No.
They'd rather not date. And
we're... Heck, I might even start my own fucking, like, hey, guys, I'm going to take you to the Philippines, and we're going to meet women, and they're going to love you, and I'm going to teach you how to fucking avoid
There isn't something like that already?
No. Actually, what I want to do is start up a bar.
There you
go. On the fringe of a big city. And literally, it'd kind of be like, not pimping, but more matchmaking.
Yeah.
You
can do a matchmaking service, like a travel.
Well, it would be a Western-style bar.
Yeah.
Because they don't have Western-style bars. They're all like go-go type places. Mm-hmm. So I want to have a Western-style bar with like a bow tie bartender and all that.
You love your bow ties.
I do. And, you just, you get the ladies to show up, and then the Western men will show up. Mm-hmm. And, maybe a speed dating night. You have a speed dating night. You have a that night, and just, mixers every night. Yeah. Because I don't want working girls there.
No, that's not the point of it.
No, that's not the point.
It's about matchmaking.
It's about matchmaking. Find your love. Mm-hmm. And if a girl's there too many days in a row, I got to tell her to get the fuck out. And if a guy comes in and I've heard anything bad about him.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to go. He ain't allowed back. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So the modern dating apps, the swiping culture, the algorithms, they're all about keeping you addicted. Mm. The more you swipe, the more ads you see.
There's so much garbage on those sites.
Oh my God, yeah. Not only that, but there's the bots.
Yeah.
Do women suffer from the bots? Do you guys?
I haven't been on one of those sites in a long time, but I want to say no. I've heard from guy friends it's pretty gnarly, but
oh yeah, I get bots all the time.
With mine, it's just when I did it. What was it? 3-4 years ago, and it was after a breakup, so I was not looking. I was just more seeing what I wanted to be angry about.
Okay. Hey, it doesn't hurt to window shop a little bit.
Yeah, it was just more of a distraction.
Yeah.
After that.
No, I'm quite happy with my lady, but
yeah. But
I
it's
still
just
look.
there's just like so many not people I was attracted to, not that they're bad people, but then the people who were attractive had such giant egos or addiction issues. Like there was one, decently looking dude, but he loved his drugs. And he's like, I'm not going to quit these for you. I'm like, weird. I've given you 2 sentences and I'm just like,
Oh, really?
and you're getting mad at me because you like to do psychedelics and you're like 40. Like, grow up. So there's just a lot of dysfunctional people on there and who are not willing to actually be better people for someone else. They're stuck in their ways and they're selfish and they just want someone probably just to bang and still be a fucked up person. So
Yeah.
it's not a good place to go, at least not for me. I want to meet someone organically person.
Well, Tinder used to be a hookup site.
Yeah, now
It
I
used
know
to be-
so many people who meet their husbands. on
Yeah,
there.
yeah. But and a lot of men blame women for this, where women got control of Tinder, and I went from
Changed
being
it.
I'm like able to just meet people. Fuck.
Well, just put that on your Tinder profile. I'm just down to bang. I don't want nothing serious. Just be honest.
Yeah.
But women, we think we can change you. So I guess that's
Actually-
doesn't matter what you write. We're delusional.
Well, and the problem is, and you may have seen the graph where you got 10 women on one side and 10 men on the other, and all the women are picking the top,
Oh, yeah,
the
the
top
one guy.
2 guy. So this guy's conditioned to have a huge ego and treat all of them like shit.
Yeah.
And then these 8, 7,
In the
8
middle.
guys at the bottom are like pissed off now.
Now they're incels and hate women.
Yeah, incels that hate women, or you could even have some that are good, but these women have been treated so poorly by these 2 guys that they keep jumping at, that when they finally go here, they're not as good they're not compatible anymore.
Yeah.
Because, you got the person who's had their heart broken, and now they're closed off, or
a
they
lot
already...
of people are also shopping out of their league because people have had this whole uplifting of people who should not be uplifted.
Oh, you mean the uggos?
I mean, this whole body positivity movement. Like, yeah, everyone's beautiful in their own way, but
No.
you have to
No.
you have to know what league you're in. Not saying a highly attractive man wouldn't like an averagey obese type girl, but that's very rare. And I'm not saying don't shoot your shot, but you have to be realistic about the shot you're shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so many girls nowadays who are like 4s, 3s and 4s think they're 11s. Like comparing themselves to like Angelina Jolie. And you're like, do you own a mirror?
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm like a 6, maybe a 7.
I'd give you a 7. Even
Thanks.
okay,
But I'm not
All right.
going out there saying I'm a fucking 10.
Tawny,
I'm
you're
funny though.
you're an Ohio 8.
Ooh. I had family in Ohio. That's
But-
where my family had a
So
farm.
here's the thing, is your beauty is secondary to the other things that you have going on for you.
My personality.
Yes, you have a fun, loving personality,
Yeah.
and I enjoy my time with you, and any other guy would be lucky to spend time with you.
Thank you. I love to annoy people, so
Yes.
be prepared.
Oh, yeah. Well, heck, YouTube may still be a dating site.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get him, ladies.
yeah.
He's somewhat available.
Not really.
That's why I said somewhat.
Yeah, there's one person I really, really, really like. It's just if there wasn't 3,000 miles away.
Oh.
But long term, yeah, you guys, you'd have to prove yourself to be worth fucking be banned on somebody, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
So modern dating, they've literally researched the same fucking science as the casinos to keep you addicted to swiping. Swipe, 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 swipe. And, like, it's not worth it because everyone's ghosted. Too many options. It's like having
Too many
55
options.
types of cheesecake. And in reality, if you had just one type, you'd be really happy. But now you've got 55 types. You can't eat all 55.
No.
You're going to be disappointed with whatever you pick because you're like,
I
oh,
don't
well, I
even-
wonder if that caramel chocolate cheesecake was any good.
I don't even know how people spread their focus like that. If I give a person a chance and I kind of like them and I feel there's a little bit of chemistry, I want to give that person a fair chance. I don't like, I went out with this guy, I'm going to go out with this guy on Tuesday. Like, I don't know how people split the focus like that. I don't know. But I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yes,
I want
yes,
to
you
find
are.
the one.
Yeah, you will. Maybe I'll have to pick a foreign country, and I'll like take you, and I'll like be your bodyguard to like, I'll be in the back corner.
Yeah,
pretend I don't know you.
I don't. Yeah.
I'll bring all my different disguises. I've got a lot of disguises.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
heard
easy.
Russian men are pretty good
Okay.
because they're very manly. They're very
Yes.
Yeah. The rest of the countries. Sorry, everybody, you're getting pussified.
Yeah. No, us American men. There's not many of us that are willing to like be manly and
not
shit.
saying die for me, but if it's just do the normal stuff.
Oh no, like I'm willing to die for like in fact
Just walk on the side of the sidewalk where the cars are.
There's that. The moment that part of my brain was activated that felt like love to me, where like, wow, this person is so pathetic. They need protection at all times, and I'm willing to die for them to be safe. It's cute in my mind, and it's also like it activated the love pheromone or whatever the fuck.
Your little primitive instincts.
Yes. Yeah, we're still cavemen.
Yeah. No one's dragging me by my hair, though.
So,
not yet.
Dating today and 3,000 years ago, you know what hasn't changed?
The ego?
Wealth always mattered.
Yeah.
So, and this is a lot of modern men's complaint right here, is the fact that it feels like, and this is, so the greatest generation, everyone was dirt poor, and they behaved like they were dirt poor. So you just shacked up with whoever, you married them, and you made babies. Didn't matter if you had the money or not.
Very simple.
You just made babies. Every other generation throughout human history, with a few exceptions, money's been the main thing. Wealth. Family wealth, personal wealth, whatever. So we have this in our head that we would love to be the greatest generation when it came to love, where people just fell in love and made babies. It's not that way. Guys, you are loved for your wallet. It's always been that way.
Not all women are like that.
Not all women are like that.
This one's not.
Some of them are okay with you being a broke ass.
I've dated some. Dated some broke ass people.
Yeah, I know.
And I love them.
Yeah.
They were nice.
It's too bad. Well, yeah, actually, you could make up for it with like other things. But someone's got to make the bread.
Yeah.
That's why if any rich ladies are watching, I will gladly be a good house husband, and I'll just shoot film all day, and I'll do good things. I'll go on, whatever. I'll do my thing. I'm not going to just be a useless lump. I can't do that. But
you gotta clean the house.
No, that's what the maid's for.
Oh, because you're going for a rich one.
Yeah, a rich woman.
You just lay by the pool.
Yeah, I'm gonna look a lot better. I'll tell you that. But yes, so today we aren't different. We are not different than we were 3,000 years ago. The technology is, and it's more addictive. People used to have less swipes, we'll say.
Yeah.
Like, you had a village of 25 people and a genetic bottleneck if you did not marry Mary Sue. So you had very few options. Now I could literally look at my phone and go swipe.
Oh my God. Way too much.
Oh yeah. And it's we have too many options nowadays. Instead of having one flavor of cheesecake to choose from and loving cheesecake, we have 5,000 flavors of cheesecake to look at. We're forced to look at them. And if I get any flavor of cheesecake, I'm going to be thinking about all the other flavors of cheesecake I did not have. So we turned into a culture of whorish, spoiled, rotten people. We have an entire generation of women who listen to the feminist dream. This is my man griping. This is an opinion, but whatever. This is what a lot of people think. Where women followed their careers and battled for their careers. Now the man needs to make more than she does, but she's now, when she's finally ready, after her career is developed and built, she's a useless husk of a woman. And why not go after the young 20-year-old? Not all women of Tawny's age look like Tawny.
No.
Most of them do not look that good, guys. So
47.
yeah, she's doing fucking good, okay? Y'all don't look like that. You think you will, but no. You hit a wall at 30. Most of y'all. So
Well, it's also the demands of women, too. They want you to be like 6'2".
Oh, yeah.
Ripped abs. You have to make 6 figures. You have to have a mansion and a car. And you have to pay for her lifestyle and her babies from like 5 different dudes.
yes.
Like, what?
And that man is 0.00003% of the population.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's going to be cheating on you because everyone's fucking going after him. Like, actually, so one of my favorite comedians brought up the fact that, yes, Tiger Woods cheated on his wife. But because he cheated on his wife with 0.000000001% of the population that would easily fuck him, technically that's close to zero. So, like, he might be the most faithful man of all kind. Because most men, if they have 2/3 of the female population that wants to have sex with you, how many are you going to be able to resist? So, in a way, he might have been the statistically most faithful husband of all time because he only slept with like 1,000 women. I know, it's gross. A lot. That's a lot. That's a little too much.
But nowadays, that's like normal body count for someone in their 20s. So gross.
Yeah, I remember a girl telling me that I was like number 21, and I'm like, oh, okay. You keep fucking...
that's like weird that people count.
Why would you tell me that?
I don't... To me, that's not a flex. And nowadays, they think sleeping with people, but there's a lot of people who believe that there's this thing called pair bonding. Like, every time you sleep with them, you're bonding with that person, like, spiritually. And you always carry a piece of that person when you do that. So it's gross.
Well, and
plus there's STDs, don't you?
Yeah. And she, she, like, told it to me, like, like it was a low number. I'm like... She's
lying. Well... As they say, times it by 3.
Okay.
So they make it sound low.
I mean, she was only, like, 22.
Yeah. 22-year-olds are banging hundreds of dudes these days.
Oh, man.
Like, it's gross. It's like a badge of honor. And I'm like, no.
Well, here's a little pearl of wisdom. Women choose who they sleep with.
They do.
Men choose who they marry.
Men are just happy to have sex, so I don't think they care after that.
Oh, yeah, I'll just have sex the rest of my life. There's only a few people I'll ever marry. Like...
Yeah. And no one wants to marry this one. Yay.
Yet.
Ugh, I'm 47. No one is shitting and getting off the pot.
Okay, Tawny.
Yes.
You are not a used-up husk.
Thank you. I can't have babies, though. So, there's that.
That's not what useless, used-up husk...
That's important to a lot of men. Maybe not men my age anymore, because they probably have them already.
No, there's the have them already, or there's just, you know what?
Not interested.
Yeah, because not everybody's a child rearer.
Yeah, I can get another cat, I guess.
Honestly, I like the idea of... In many ways, I like the idea of us being able to take this on the road. If we build this up, if we get this thing established enough...
Are you done with your episode?
Almost. So, what changed? What changed in 3,000 years?
Nothing.
Freedom. So, us serfs are now able to meet other serfs from all around the world, not just in our own village. Through our technology, money, because more people have money. Even the plebs have a little bit of money, discretionary.
Oh, yeah.
And the men still has to pay. And what stayed the same?
Primitive urges.
The desire for connection.
Aw, me too.
See,
Connection.
we both said the same thing, but one of them gets an aw.
Mine gets a ooh.
Yeah. That's why being a wordsmith with the ladies is very important. You can literally say the same fucking thing. I like to fuck, or I really want to be connected to you.
Yes.
They're the same thing. Yeah. They're the same thing. I just literally said the same thing, but with different meaning. And women's brains just love the second meaning.
We like romance. We love love.
Yes, and flowers and chocolate.
Flowers.
Flowers and chocolate.
Or plants, because plants don't die as quick as flowers.
Well, honestly, I want to have a system where I have new flowers every 2 weeks.
So you done with your episode?
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about my sweetie. So, the episode should have ended a while ago. So dating didn't evolve with love; it evolved with society, and dating sucks. It's awful.
It's awful.
So, at any point, what point in history would you prefer to be in the game?
I don't know. Not today. Today is horrible.
Today sucks.
Yeah.
There's a reason
you don't really connect with people.
There's a reason I'm looking for it out in other countries.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. And I love that saying, it is what it is, because no one ever says, hey, I found a $20 bill. It is what it is. No, it's always, I just got ran over by a bull and my legs have been chopped off. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So no one says it is what it is after something good. It's always after something horrible.
And everyone's going to see how much you eat in this episode.
Oh, yeah. Well, I bought a whole snack thing and you didn't eat any.
Because I'm not going to eat on camera.
Oh.
The noises and everything involved with it.